Hello there everybody, it's Fata and welcome back to Fata Morgana. I am back for my live stream where basically my throat is fucking killing me because I yelled. For those of you who joined the stream, you know the suffering that I went through, and I'm still feeling a little bit psychotically evil. In the last episode, we discovered how kinda fucked up Nelly is, and thankfully the good news is our save files are still safe. So, apparently we just completed door 1. Holy shit. That was fucked up. Just gonna say that right now, that was just fucked up. So let's just throw ourselves right back into this tragedy. The crestfallen young man faded into the distance, and the decrepit double doors clacked shut. Through the shattered glass, you could only see the ruins of a garden, not a single rose growing within. You had evidently returned from the past. In the garden, weeds grew taller than people. You found it difficult to look at. A wolf howled in the distance. The children, the sea of roses, and the white-haired girl were nowhere to be found. You and the maid who called you master were the only people present in the mansion. What happened to them next? Oh, master, you would know better than I. My, you cannot remember? It seems this is quite serious then. Worry not. My loyalty lies with you, master. The mansion has witnessed more yet. Let us make our way to the second floor. Your hand in hers, the maid guided you back through the kitchen and into the tea room. Her palms were still cold. You felt as though you were clenching the ice. Sorry. Master, do you wish to know the truth no matter what may be hidden within? Or, if it is something you would be happier not knowing, would you rather remain in the dark? Oh, is that so? I wonder about their father. Yes, the flaxen-haired sibling's father. Do you think he knew about the white-haired girl? If he did, then perhaps he allowed her to stay because of how deeply he loved his wife. Or maybe because he did not want people to find out about her. I expect he too experienced many different emotions. But those pages of his story remain untold. Their parents likely had a turbulent tale as well, but theirs is not of consequence. To whom I could not tell you. You and the maid crossed to the entrance hall, continuing your trip. At some point, the fire in the fireplace had faded to ember, emphasizing the lack of light within the mansion. The maid took a candlestick and lit it in the cinders. A small flame illuminated her pale face. On a whim, you asked the maid about herself. About me? I'm a maid devoted to your service, master, as I have said. Oh, what was that? You are interested in my name? You flatter me. I truly do appreciate the question, but you are more than welcome to simply call me the maid. Also, it would make me much happier to hear you say my name after you have recalled who you are, master. A subtle smile rose to the maid's face, after which she began to lead you down the first-floor corridor. Still holding the maid's hand, you passed in front of a full-length mirror. In it reflected the warm light of the candle, which disappeared out of range shortly thereafter. Oh my, something the matter? Did you come across something peculiar? The maid had not appeared within the mirror, though she was not the only one without a reflection. Oh. I'm guessing because of our lost memories, we can't even perceive what our true form looks like. Interesting. You reach the end of the corridor. Oh my god. Oh, and there goes a cat. Sorry. Little Midnight was messing with the cords down here. There appeared to be a doorway, but the door itself was long since gone, leaving only a hole in the wall to frame the stairs behind it. Without hesitation, the maid descended into the darkness. You have more interest in this mansion, master, than in a mere maid, do you not? Though it pains me to say as much in your presence, master, this house is cursed. Yes, it is a curse that runs deep. As you just bore witness to, the majority of those who dwell within these walls fall into misfortune. I have served here for many years, and periods of happiness are as fleeting as a sugar cube and a cup of hot tea. Why did such tragedies befall them? If I were to guess, Master, it was because you had not returned. But when you remember your true self, the mansion's curse should be broken. The next door is before us. It appeared to be the entrance to a cellar. The disconsolate wooden door was visibly rotten in several places, and it seemed it might crumble at a single touch. You could hear the sound of something devouring meat beyond the door. Maybe there was a beast living with it. Before you had a chance to say you thought it was dangerous, the maid opened the door with a chilling smile on her face. Your first impression was that it smelled of blood. Oh boy. I wonder what door 2 is going to be like. The second door. 1707. The mansion sat in ruins in that era. Not a soul resided within. The grandeur of the house was lost to the ages. It was in perpetual decline. Not a flower grew in the garden. Dust and dirt blackened the plaster. Cobwebs blanketed the corridors. Ivy shrouded the outer walls. It was not a pleasant sight. As hard as I tried to fight it, I could not stop the mansion's descent in disrepair. The depth of the previous owner's grief, or perhaps despair, was far too much. After the beautiful flaxen-haired family, people stayed away from the mansion. They had no heirs, so their bloodline simply vanished into the depths of history. It had been about 50 years since the house last had a resident. Wow! The forlorn property appeared as though it had been abandoned for centuries. And the occasional villager who stumbled upon it did not remain there for more than a day. My time there was rather solitary, and that was perhaps the loneliest time of my life. Everyone who visited the mansion feared it, and it was without anyone to become its master. I even came to believe that my time serving as a maid would come to an end in this era. However, one day I noticed something out of the ordinary. As a servant of the house, I am almost immediately aware of any new presence within its walls, and there appeared to be someone downstairs. Can you imagine just how delighted I was? Although part of me was anxious about what kind of person I might find, the possibility that it could be you had my heart aflutter. So resisting the urge to rush, I headed for the basement. The cellar was where red wine, smoked meat, and other preserved foods were kept. By that point, the wine was practically antique. As I had expected, a man had made his way to the cellar, and as a fucking cat eating away at my cords. Good night. Is anyone there? Although I am sure if referring to him as a man is entirely accurate. Fuck. Oh my. This is quite something. The very first thing I sensed was an almost unbearable stench. The odor emanated from the man, heightened by the food he had carelessly rummaged through. Blood-red liquid spilled from wine bottles, soaking the floor. His sunken eyes had a piercing wolf-like glimmer in them. His teeth were sharp and yellowed, visible as he ripped into a chunk of meat. He grumbled with a seemingly inhuman tone. I was looking at a beast, or perhaps a half-beast, and there was another source of odor in the room. It had something of a can with a metallic tinge to it. And when I noticed this, I nearly passed out. The red liquid was not just wine, as I'd assumed. The beast had, I presume, stolen a weapon from the village. A sword far too nice for him to lay on the floor by his side. I could hardly imagine how many people's lives he had taken with that weapon. It was visibly wet with blood, even the darkness of the cellar. At the same time, it was an imposing blue. The fine, luscious aroma of the wine could not mask the stench of blood in the beast. Holding my breath, I took a few moments to ponder. Ponder what? Oh, master, you know. Tell me, were you summoned here by the mansion? Did you come here knowing what kind of place it is? Yeah, that's not a horrifying sound. If you are in want of money, you are welcome to help yourself to some of the furniture. And I imagine the villagers would be willing to welcome you if you dressed yourself up a bit more like a person. Then you can trade the furniture for food and make your way to a larger town. The wolf was able to fool the innocent little girl simply by putting on clothing after all. Oh dear, I was afraid you wouldn't understand me. What am I to do? I was in quite the predicament. Nevertheless, it meant a great deal to me that I had found someone who did not fear the mansion, be they human or beast. So I decided I should give him my assistance while doing my best not to agitate him. Say, could you perchance be my new master? Oh boy. The mansion sat near the ocean. To say it was perched upon a cliff might make it sound rather intimidating. But you could see the beautifully clear sea from the windows, a glittering expanse of emerald and turquoise. If the mansion had been in proper condition, it would have been breathtaking against that backdrop. I even wanted to plant orange trees in the garden. Although it was a tumultuous era, the sun still shone bright upon the land, which only served to emphasize the house's unsightliness. Oh yes, perhaps I could give you some more background information. Please do, ma'am. At that period in time, a war had just drawn to a close. The once gorgeous wetlands were infested with crows picking at decaying remains. Bodies of soldiers fallen in battle continually washed upon the shores of coastal villages. The people wanted nothing more than for the curtain to draw on that deeply political contest. And when it finally did, the kingdom, with its richly fertile shores, was stripped of its independence, beginning a new era under new rule. The people were exhausted, their spirits wasted away, and the splendor of the ocean and sky did nothing to help. In my mind, the beast was emblematic of the time, emaciated and enveloped in the scent of blood. But the war came to an end. Thus the beast did not have to remain a beast, I thought. Did he? And so I endeavored to make the beast more human-like. First, I needed to do something about his appearance. I would draw a bath, scrub away all the filth, and dress him in clothing left in the mansion. However, having sat unused for 50 years, the majority of garments had been devoured by insects and were of little use. So I searched the mansion top to bottom for anything the beast could wear, heated up some clothes, and set to work ironing what I found. At the time, Midnight, stop climbing the furniture! They somewhat resembled kettles. I even prepared meals for the beast in order to teach him proper table manners. Although with the mansion in a nearly uninhabitable state of disarray, there was only so much I could do in the kitchen, and the only supplies I had to work with was what was left in the cellar. As such, I was not able to put to use the cooking skills I had learned in the Flakes and Hare family's time. Now, you mustn't eat with your hands. You want to get your fingers and face dirty. You eat using a knife and a fork. See, like this. I feel like I am teaching a young child. Oh my, what are you holding your head for? Oh dear. Perhaps I should be teaching him to speak before table manners. Worry not, we have plenty of time. You needn't act so frightened. Or perhaps you don't want to be understood at all? Would you be so kind as to tell me your name? You are, for now, still a guest. It is too soon for me to call you master. Or am I mistaken? Your name? That is what people call you. How about I start by telling you my name? I am called... E-S-A. Bestia. Bestia? Your name is Bestia? I see. Then that is what I shall call you, Bestia. My, you seem to be rather perplexed as to how I was still alive. He had in fact attempted to cause me harm. However, I am a servant of the house. The beast called himself Bestia. It is a curious thing. When I learned of his name, he seemed to take on new importance in my mind. He was not only a beast, but the thing called Bestia. Master, should I ever have the chance to hear your name, I'm certain you too shall become more substantial a presence. But you must always remember, Master, that even if you do not remember your name, and even if you never know mine, you've always held a special place in my heart. And thus began my tranquil days of Bestia. Slowly he began to learn the human tongue, and I was, to be quite honest, rather thrilled. To be certain, I was afraid of the beast, but my fear was not so strong as my elation that there was someone else in the mansion, someone to whom I could speak, and someone that might become my master. Come now, you must pull weeds out through the roots, or they'll soon grow back. This is a task that requires perseverance. You do it like this, see? There you go. Oh, did you not expect that? What appears to be many plants on the surface is actually all connected within the soil. And this is a task that requires a man's strength. If there were other servants, they could do it. So I apologize for making you tend to the garden, future master. Or perhaps, now that you are all dressed up, do you wish to leave the mansion and find someone to fool, as the wolf did the sweet little girl? Have you no interest in remaining in such a disheveled house? Go on. Oh my! Is that so? If you wish to stay, then I shall not stop you. On the contrary, I will gladly attend to you. I am waiting for the person who is to become my master. Forever waiting. I should be able to watch over you until the day you depart this world, old and wrinkled. Do you not believe me? Are you interested in becoming the master of this house? I have to wonder if you know what you're saying, though it matters little whether you do or not. Oh my, look at that. Now this brings back memories. And this is called a rose. Do you know what a rose is? It is a type of flower. Ouch. I see. Then allow me to teach you. What you have here is not a real rose. Real roses wilted and are sleeping in the soil. This is called an accessory. It is something women wear. The beast held an ornamental white rose in his hands. An object sometime meant to give to someone else. Oh, that's the one that Mel was wanting to... White-haired girl. Curiously, the white rose is as stunning as it had been the day it was made, despite being buried in the earth for so many years. I hear roses make wonderful gifts. He stared intently at the decorative rose. I presumed the beast would either discard it disinterestedly or destroy it, but much to my surprise, Bestia held it gently in his hands, as though it was something precious to him. Are you, perchance, considering giving it to me? So you're not. Very well. Is there someone else you'd like to give it to? That moment, a thought floated through my mind. The thing I had found in a pool of blood in the cellar was a monstrous creature indeed, but perhaps that was not, at his core, what he truly was. So I asked him the question. What is it that you desire, Bestia? This mansion fulfills people's desires. If you yearn for something... Look at that filthy thing!
A beast, it's a beast! It's eating goddamn sand! You really that hungry?
Beast, you foul creature! Stay the hell back! Get any closer!
Filthy beast! And I'll kill you. Okay, I need a drink after that one. I think I just destroyed my throat there for a moment.
Oh, that is some good tea. Several days passed by. As Bestia began to act more like a person, the mansion followed suit, slowly becoming more habitable, though not yet back to its former glory. No flowers grew in the garden, but neither were there weeds infesting it. The dusty corridors, shattered windows, rust-covered kitchen gradually returned to their proper states. Bestia learned how to change his own clothes and how to draw a bath. And no longer did I have to wait on him hand and foot. He could take care of a number of things all by himself. What we lunch for food, he acquired from the forest. Neither did he go to purchase supplies from the village, rather, he captured hares and gathered herbs in the overgrowth. They were days without incident, and though such a life may be one for excitement, peace isn't something that you mustn't take for granted. Those who have cast it aside, find the leisurely flow of time dull. Only those who have never experienced it truly know how precious it is. Bestia appeared to be content. He wore an expression of solitary serenity.
Someone! Is anyone there?
Then one day, a crack formed in the uneventful tranquility.
Is anyone in there? Could you part with some food? I don't need much. Just some food and water. Just a little. That's all I need.
Bestia looked over at me as if seeking my aid. Ironic, no. It was the visitor who was truly in need of aid. I pondered it for a few moments, deciding that I could not simply turn away someone calling upon the mansion. Had Bestia ordered me not to let him, I would have followed his instructions, but he said nothing.
Oh! Oh, that's not the voice I need to go with on this guy. Oh, thank God, someone's here. I was afraid it was deserted.
You said you are in need of sustenance?
Yes. It doesn't have to be much. Anything to quench this thirst. I got lost, and it's been several days.
Give me a few more minutes, I will find.
Let him in.
A firm, deep voice came from behind me. I was quite startled. When had the beast learned to act so much like a human? When had he learned to speak so clearly and to behave so much like a master? Upon seeing Bestia, a look of terror appeared to cross the wanderer's face for a moment. To my eyes, Bestia was the very image of a head of a house, but to an outsider he probably appeared to be nothing more than a beast in man's clothing.
Prepare him a meal. I suspect it's quite time. Thank you very much. But in time.
Oh, fear drained from the man's face. Bestia sat precariously on the border between man and beast. Though he still had his doubts, the wanderer revised his first impression, deciding Bestia was human. As the wolf had fooled the little girl in the forest, he too had succeeded in playing the role of a man.
I thought I was a goner for a while there, but you really came to the rescue. And a meal like this on top of that? You really didn't have to. Although I guess that's not an appropriate thing to say as I'm eating. What kind of meat is this? It's damn tender for rabbit. And here I thought it was beef.
You have quite the skilled chef.
Oh, is she the one who cooked this?
I cannot consistently stick with this guy's voice.
Is she your wife?
Oh no, I am merely a servant.
A female servant, huh? Don't see that very often. This mansion's just full of surprises, I can hardly believe. Oh. Fuck, I'm just gonna get. Oh.
I can't stick with a consistent voice.
This mansion is just full of surprises, I can hardly believe it. Lost for days, and as soon as I think I'm dead, there it is. Thinking back on it now, it's miraculous. But why are you two living alone on a house on a cliff? That's him. Oh, I beg your pardon. Asking so many questions without telling you about myself. My apologies. Just a little too excited to finally see other people. I'm a merchant. I do international trade. So a few years back, spice exports pretty much all came from one place. But now that we've established trade routes of our own, my country's fighting tooth and nail to push its exports. In fact, some have lost a few teeth in the fight already. But that's just how it works. It's a cutthroat world. You do what you must to survive.
That's just how it works, the merchant said, a sorrowful look on his face. He was quite clearly putting on a show, though. Confidence in himself and his homeland radiated from that man.
I came to this land to do business, but much to my chagrin, I somehow ended up lost in the forest. If I wandered around for much longer, I'd have lost the chance to ever see my beloved again. Beloved? Yes, sir. I'm constantly set out on business, so we only get to see each other a few times a year. But she always waits for my return. I'd like to introduce you to her if I ever get the chance. She's a pretty girl, if not especially striking. Is that so?
The merchant was a man of many words, and I, for one, do not mind a lively supper table. Although I know not how Bestia felt. At the very least, I was glad he had invited the Wanderer into the mansion. He was, after all, holding a proper conversation with someone, and he seemed to be having success concealing his piercing, beast-like gaze. However...
Oh, right. I stopped by the village before entering the forest, and I heard a bone-chilling tale there.
As soon as the merchant brought up the subject, a palpable tension spread through the room.
They say there have been sightings of a beast. It's a creature unlike anything anyone's seen before. Not a wolf or bear or anything like that. Even attacked the village once, killing several people. Thankfully, the men managed to drive it out. But the creature is still alive. There's nothing in this world scarier than a vicious beast. Oh no. So you should keep an eye out. Wouldn't want to accidentally let a murderous beast into your home. At the villager's insistence, I had the smithy forge me a knife. That knife. Huh? With you. Well, yeah, I've got it on me. Only good to defend myself with, but it's better than... Brought that knife. Me with that knife. Going to stab me again. With that knife like you did last time. That's why you're here, isn't it? What are you talking about? What mean to you? Calm down. What are you so worried about? I'm not going to hurt you with the... Did you say... Oh god, that music.
I'd like to imagine that before he will fade before the girl is saying...
What's your problem? What's wrong? It's about a human. Stay back. Get any closer, I'll stab you to death. Beast. Stay back. Same to you. Oh, buddy, you're fucking dead.
His hand, Bestia hit his sword. Perhaps it had been hidden under the table. Maybe behind his chair. Regardless, it was as though he'd expected this to happen. The merchant kicked aside a chair attempting to flee, but Bestia clearly didn't. He lost his balance and slammed against the wall, but still he made to escape. though the beast stood blocking his path.
Oh, please stop this. Don't kill me. My beloved is waiting for me back home. I can't leave her behind.
Why should I care? Jesus Christ. A dreadful sound aggravated me. I reflexively covered my ears.
Please help. Someone. Anyone.
This mansion's all from town.
Help. That woman. Where is she? Why isn't she here to do this?
Understand. If I don't show you firsthand, you won't understand. Understand. I'll make your flesh and bones understand. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. Kill you. That's right. I am a beast.
I can't do this anymore because this is destroying my throat. Yeah, I can't laugh that much. Jesus Christ. Oh, that tea is what I needed.
They had been enjoying a peaceful meal around the table together just minutes earlier. So what had triggered this? If I were to guess, the merchant saying the word knife is what caused the beast to snap. A simple, small thing set him off. I could not comprehend it. Bestia, who said he'd wished for peace, was staring down at the ravaged corpse of the merchant, with a look of ecstasy on his face. Master, can you understand how he felt? Even just a little? Did he not yearn for peace? Did he not yearn for peace, but for slaughter?
Oh yeah, that's totally that's not unsettling at all. Whoa, Pauline, who are you?
All right, that does it for today's shopping. And now the moment we've all been waiting for, snack time.
Oh God, I can't do this.
And there's nothing better than having a ham sandwich in the park. Oh dear, maybe I should lower my voice when I'm talking to myself. But it's so nice out, I just can't help myself. Does the weather have anything to do with talking to oneself? That's important. Food, food. If he were here, he would taste even better. I wonder when I'll get to see him next.
Pauline. Oh God. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna give it this little guy. Pauline, Pauline, there you are. You see, I sound like a friggin' Brooklyn smoking grandma.
Oh dear, what's got you so frazzled, Mom?
Oh, Pauline. Okay, I need to stop.
What is it? Did something happen? What's the matter, Mom? Pauline. This isn't like you, Mom. It's not like you at all. Tell me what happened. I told you to stay away from men who trade.
Oh God, I'm getting the voices all fucked up. This is why I can't do female voices. Not to mention others. I just can't do female voices.
Huh?
Oh, Pauline, my dear daughter. Why must God be so cruel to such a sweet girl?
You're hurting me, Mom. Don't squeeze so tight. What's gotten into you?
Listen carefully, Pauline. You must be calm and hear me out. Understood?
Your lover, the beloved man you wait for. He's dead. The beast's humanity began slipping away from him after that encounter. He had returned to the thing I had found in the cellar. Actually, he prowled the mansion's halls looking more barbaric than ever. Despite all the effort he had put into learning to act like a human, he now ripped the velvet curtains off the wall, howling shrilly, stomping back and forth through the hallways and ravaging the garden. I watched him intently, though from a distance. Bestia was not merely a beast, but an out-of-control bloodthirsty beast. Just a few days ago, we had been tending the garden together, but that was no longer possible. I was quite disappointed. Eventually, Bestia discovered my hiding place. I had not felt regret in a very long time, but I felt deep regret in that moment.
I must satisfy these urges.
Are you saying that peace was not enough to sate you? Did I mishear you when you asked for peace?
I was mistaken. Asking for peace won't solve anything. But despair lies filled with terror. These are the things I need. And I've always known it. You said that this mansion fulfills people's desires. Then give me prey. No more heirs, live humans.
Did I ever teach him to speak human language? Before long, the mansion granted his wish. Once a week, a villager or a traveling merchant from somewhere would wander into the forest, ending up at the mansion on the cliff. But there's something felt suspicious about the man who greeted them at the door. On the surface, he looked like a proper nobleman. But they all eventually chose to trust Bestia. The mansion had an air of loneliness about it, but it was adequate to provide rest for their weary feet. There was food in a bed, and most comforting of all, there were other people. The lord of the house treated the lost souls like esteemed guests. He poured them fine wine and had me cook for them. No one suspected him in the slightest that he was a beast. He put on a reasonably convincing act, because yes, I had taught him how to behave like a monster. The visitors all went to bed contented. As I am sure you can imagine, monster, they would never see the light of day. The penetratingly bright sunlight, particular to his area.
A beast! It's a beast! You disgusting creature! You hideous monster! Kill him! That's how you humans want to do things. Then I'll play your little game. I'll play it even better than me. I'll kill you. I'll slaughter you. Jeez! That's it. Cry for me. Beg for your life. Pray for my mercy. Weep and struggle and suffer and die. Stands. No one can possibly understand my despair. What did I ever do? Was it just because I'm a beast? When did I become a beast? Why do beasts have to die? Beasts are savage and so they must die. I'm a beast, therefore I'm savage. In which case, I will kill them. I'll show them what makes a beast so terrifying.
I can't laugh that loud right now. Moonlight crept through the torn velvet curtains, shining down on the soft west. It was a sight that would incite terror.
Look at this. No one can stand up to me. Humans have no chance against beasts. I need more. Give me more prey.
Manjin continued to save the beast's demented prey, sending not one but multiple villagers into his blood-stained walls, of which echoed his monstrous howls.
Oh, please, I'm begging you, spare me, oh God!
Sorry, I'm not familiar with your god. Beasts have no need of gods.
I have a wife and son back in the village. Please, let me return to them.
Why don't you bring them back to me? I'll send them to the same place you're going.
I am a child. Please let me go.
Are you now? In that case, I'll kill the baby first.
You damned monster!
That's right. I'm a monster. By killing, no one can defy me. I have to show the world that beasts are the most frightening things on this earth.
Beast began to change his style, making sick banquets out of his kills. Some days he would tie his guests up in the cellar.
Why?
Playing with them for hours until they finally died. Some days he would drain them of their blood and bathe in it. Some days he would spread them out on the table and feast upon them. Every week another atrocious party. He did everything imaginable. As a faithful and servant of his house, I am confident I can do most anything I'm asked. Though you can surely imagine my surprise at having to use the cooking skills I learned while serving the Flakes-and-Head family to do that. I can only wonder if it actually tasted any good. Bestio's peculiar sword was always with him for his twisted banquets of self-gratification. However much blood stained it, it never lost its sheen. It was as though the sword drank of the flesh of humans. Master, can you imagine just how wretched I felt? A mansion, what a beautiful sight to behold, reeked of death and acrimony. The stench of rotting flesh seeped up from the cellar. Even the years it spent forsaken and in ruins were preferable to that. Perhaps I only had myself to blame. It was I who had invited the beast into the mansion.
No, not enough. This isn't enough to satisfy me.
But Bestia still sought to hold more of his perverse qualities. The lost villages were no longer enough to kill his urges. He was indeed a genuine beast. And in time, this is what he began to wish for.
Can't you get me any better prey? Something truly exquisite. The perfect prey to quench this maddening thirst of mine.
Do you know what he meant when he asked for the perfect prey, Master? Perhaps a hero. Someone courageous enough to stand up to him with whom he could endure battle to the death. Perhaps a dazzling young nymph to satisfy his other primal urge. But perhaps what he wanted was not human, but a demon. And I would soon find out as the mansion attempted to grant his wish, bringing yet another guest to the house in the evening.
I'm sorry I'm gonna have to cut this one short. I mean, I'm still kind of tired from the live stream and... oh my god, my fucking throat. This one certainly didn't help. Oh god. I think that's probably one of the most demented things I've ever... oh god. That might be the most demented character I think I've ever tried doing voices for. I think. But, shit, this is dark. I mean, I like it, but this is dark. So if you guys like this, be sure to let me know. Sorry that this video was a little short. Like I said, I'm pretty tired and stressed out. Don't worry, you guys will understand what I mean by the stressed out whenever I eventually get it uploaded, but it's gonna take some time to get it ready. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'm gonna have a heyday trying to pick out a good picture to be the thumbnail for today's video, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.